No, I like the green one. The green one. Ever mint. Ever mint is really like
Ever.
the best ever mint. You know what I mean? But no, I'm a songwriter. I'm a producer. I'm a singer. I'm now a husband.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just be chilling. I'd be like, just I'm living this married life right now. Red Hands, Khirye and Red Hands really got me back in my bag. They really ones that they got me in my bag. I was really not off it, but like I was really just focused on like this, as I should like focus on my first year in marriage, just trying to get that together. And I was really just getting that together. And I mean, like learning my wife again. You know what I mean? We was dating for each other for like 10 years. As soon as we got married, totally different woman. You know what I mean? I'm a different man too. So we're just figuring that out and learning each other. You know what I mean? And doing that. And then when Khirye hit me up, he was like, "I got this song for you."
Mm-hmm.
I said, "What's up?" He sent the song. I already was a fan of the song when it came out, so I already knew what I was going to do. If I ever was asked to do that song, I knew it. I was going to do it already. And so it just he got my wheels turning from that, and I'm back in a good creative space. So it's really
when I tell you the boy is back, I mean the boy is back. Listen, this ain't the only song.
Yeah.
How many? What you got in the back? Y'all got to give us a little. Go ahead, focus. Go ahead. I know you got a question.
Listen, no, I want to know. So, okay, this ain't the only song. What are we doing? A full project? Red Hands and Jermaine, Dolly coming soon? Is that what you're talking about?
Listen, so
say it so.
Y'all heard "No Worries," right? Y'all heard
fire.
No Worries for me is the song of the summer. Like it's for me. And I'm not even saying that because I'm on it. It was already a dope song before I got on it. Before I got on it, that was my favorite song before I got on it. So he asked me to do it. I'm like, hey, cool. I'm with it. Like I'm gonna just do me on there. But like we work so well together. Actually, me and Khirye been working together years before that. I would always call Khirye to like he would do like these musical videos on Instagram, and I just randomly hit him up like, yo, can you add aux to my songs on my album, The Dolly Express? So he's on like the opening track. He's on Waiting. Okay. He's on a couple other stuff. He did a lot of stuff for me. I mean, and so we already had that. We already had that relationship already. And so when we did No Worries, he called me out there to when I sat down on a chair, we were singing like that. And I told him, I said, yo, I think we should do something together.
Yeah.
I think we should do something together. I said, how about this? Y'all drop your single. I drop my single. Y'all drop your album. I'll drop my album. And then we'll drop something together. And so we did that. He said, yo, I got a song for you right now. We recorded that thing. You know what I mean? Like trust me, guys, like it's going to be very, very special the next few projects that come out. It's going to be a very, very special thing. Our worlds colliding, you know what I mean? And like, there's anointing and authenticity. There's anointing and authenticity. We're in a time right now in gospel music that is like really kind of like not scary, but like it's like everybody's like kind of like forming to like one set sound, whatever case may be. It's starting to break up now. It is starting. I'll take that, but it is starting to break up now. Whatever case may be, but it's like the industry puts out there that if you don't have this type of sound, we're not letting you in. You know what I mean? And so it was very dope to hear. Like, wait till y'all hear Red Hands album. Wait till you hear the album. Like, it's a very, very refreshing thing. Like, it's a very, 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 very refreshing thing. When I heard it, I'm like, yo, this has really, really got my wheels turning. Like, I'm really, really like, thank you for this. Like, thank you for this. I'm not saying it just I'm on right now. I told them that privately. I told them, thank you for helping me get back in my bag. You feel what I'm saying? So I needed that. And so it's a very, very special thing, man. It's a very, very special thing because, like I said, there's authenticity, there's anointing and authenticity. And like, you got two people that's like authentically us in our own separate worlds. in our own separate worlds. Khirye and the boys, they are geniuses. They are like geniuses at what they do.
Yeah.
Like their minds, like Khirye programs stuff. He programs, like, you got to hear, like, you heard Maverick City on BT, how they sound. Like, it was a different world. When I found out Khirye did that, I said, it makes sense. I'm like the genius behind him. And so you bring that genius, and I bring my world to their genius, and we come together. And there's no egos. There's no, what you want me to do? Like, what do you, like, Khirye, what do you want me to do? Like, what do you want me to do? Okay, let's do it. There's no egos. We can just bring our worlds together, and like, wait till y'all hear this stuff, man. Like, wait till y'all hear this stuff, man. It's freaking crazy. Like, it's wild. Like, it's really, really wild.
Listen, man. I'm just anticipating hearing it. Dice, I know you want to hear it just like I want to hear it. What keeps you, Khirye, talk about it. What keeps you in a place to where you create and just stay authentically you? Because one thing I love about Red Hands, I feel like people just really got a hold of y'all the last 2 years, Khirye. I've been following you the whole time, and I feel like y'all been. No, seriously, like, I feel like y'all starting to get y'all roses. Y'all should have been getting 5 years ago, but y'all starting to get them now. Talk about, not staying in a box, but being able to create the sound similar to what Jermaine was just talking about, of just being authentically who you guys are and bringing a different sound to gospel music.
I mean, I feel like it's kind of just that, and exactly what family said. Like, there's an anointing in just being who you are, and sometimes I can't front. It gets discouraging sometimes because like Maine said, this industry tries to force you to be something. This industry tries to force you to sound a certain way. And sometimes, if you don't give them that sound, you won't get the results that you're looking for. But we had to come to the conclusion that, we got to make our own results. We got to be satisfied with what we create. We got to be happy with what we make. And that's why I love what Dolly does. From the beginning, he's always created. It was always him. Like, I remember, and he probably don't even remember this. I remember bro came to Columbus years ago and tossed out a whole bunch of like CDs, and it was a picture with the baby, the baby, the baby Dolly on it. I had the orange pack, I had the green pack, bro. I had all the packs, right?
Yeah. I'm selling things out my bag. $5.
But like, I love that type of stuff. It's him. It's him. It's not what the industry or what these labels or what anybody tells us that we have to do or how we have to sound, but it's truly from our hearts to God's hands. And we've had to mentally, and as far as Red Hands, we've had to just kind of accept in God's timing. We want this to happen right now. We want this to happen. We want blah, blah, blah to jump. We want this to jump. But if it don't, all right, it's cool. It's not the time for it right now. But it keeps us on our toes. Like, all right, let's just keep creating until it's time. They used to say, get ready. I mean, you got to stay ready. You got to get ready. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of been our thing, man. We've kind of kept our heads to the ground, and we just work. We grind. Whether we're working on an album or not, we're always creating. Just so when it's time, it's time.
Right. We, as DJs and as hosts, and man, just doing what we get to do every day, we feed off of what you do. Like, literally, we're in our chat like, oh, they dropped, well, no worries. We were talking about this the other day because y'all are on our Fire 10 countdown, where we're just going over, like, we are digging into the music, and so it's like, we actually need you to create. And listen, Jermaine, I thank God that you're like, I got inspired to come do that, because I don't think what you guys know is, like, you fuel the world, regardless if you hear your sound out there as much as you think. There's so many people listening, like people inboxes and stuff. And you just like, what? And especially with us getting this channel on SiriusXM, it's like, ooh, God is doing something. Like, come on, God is up.
Like to piggyback off of like what he said, like I was telling him we was in a session, like to go back on to like authenticity, like there's anointing in that. Like, we go to the Bible, Esther. Go to Esther. Esther saved the nation because she was just authentically her.
Yeah.
saying? Like, if you don't know the story of Esther, she was a pretty girl. She was bad. First of all, the king at the time was Xerxes. Xerxes at the time. They say Xerxes. A lot of kings when that time was named Xerxes. Yeah. But they say this particular Xerxes was the Xerxes from 300. See, I know he was a bad boy. He was a bad boy. So, he was mean. You know what I mean? He got drunk one night. He called for his wife, but he called for his wife in a way that a man would call for a whore. Mm-hmm. And so she was like, I'm not coming up there. You got me chopped. I'm not coming up there. And so that was a sign of disrespect. So his homeboys around him was like, yo, we can't let that happen. You got to X her out the thing, out the kingdom. He's like, all right, she out. But the next morning he wake up just like dudes do. We wake up like, oh my God, I messed up. What I do? Where my girl at? You know what I mean? And, they was like, I got to find me another girl. So they went outside. They saw Esther. Esther was bad. Nothing. She was her regular self. She was just a bad girl. We need you. But before you go see the king, you got to go through a 12-month process before you see the king. So it's 6 months of massages and
body oils and everything.
And body oils and everything like that. And then the other 6 months is you go to the best spa. And then when you've done all of that, it's like you go to Sephora. You get all the makeup and all this done now, right? And then before you go see the king, you go to the mall and you get whatever else you need to go impress this king. Well, Esther, being her authentic self, what took other women 12 months only took her 10. And then after that 10 months, she said, I'm not even going to go to the mall. I'm going as my regular self. And she bagged Xerxes. And then later on, I think Mordecai was her dad, or somebody was her god dad or something like that. And he got wrong with the king and all that, with the man, with the king right hand man. And he was like, kill him. And he was like, all right, cool. He told Xerxes yo, I'm about to kill boy. Xerxes said, we're going to kill him. So Esther caught wind of that. He went back to him and was like, save us. He said, he said, you got to go talk to the king. She said, I can't go see the king unless he summons me. Mm-hmm. She didn't see the king in the last 6 months, but because she's her authentic self, she goes to him. Now, she has to summon you, got to kiss his hand. She goes to him without being summoned. He said, Esther, is that you? Come here, baby. Come here. Mind you, anybody else would have died, but she's her authentic self. He came. She said, yo, tell your man to come through. I'm going to cook y'all dinner. He said, all right, cool. I'm going to come through. He come through. He said, what's up, baby? I'm here. What's up? Where the food at? Mm-hmm. She said, he said, what you got to tell me? She said, come back tomorrow. Now she playing games with him. Now she playing games with Xerxes. This is 300. Come back. Yeah, I know. Trust me. Women run the world. That's another thing. That's another type of thing.
Facts.
She said, come back tomorrow. He was like, all right, baby, I'll come back tomorrow. This is King Xerxes. Came back tomorrow. He said, what you want? I give you half my providence. What do you want? Mm-hmm. He said, well, your man trying to kill my uncle. What's up? He said, what? He trying to kill my uncle. And then, lo and behold, he got him off. And then that whole nation ran to go kill his whole squad. But all this started because Esther was her authentic self. And I think that, like you said, the people need this type of music. People need this type of stuff. We're just being our authentic self, and we can save our generation. I'm not saying that we're the superheroes or the Superman is supposed to save the generation, but just by us being our authentic self gives light to other artists. Dad, maybe I don't have to do this now. Because I'll tell you this, I talk a lot. I'm sorry.
You're good. Really, that's why we're here.
I talk a lot. 7, I say about, what's this, 12? 7 years ago, I went to Motown Gospel. I wanted to sign. This before, I was still being an independent artist, but I wasn't trying to kick out all that money. But thank God I did. I got all that back since I closed though. So I'm trying to find a label. We sit down with Motown Gospel. We play them. This is what I even got you. We play. I gave them 7 song demos, and this one I was heavy in my. I was still soulful, but kind of CCM back a little bit. I had little rocks, but it was still soulful stuff, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just had a lot of songs that you mean I'm just trying to figure it out. Mm-hmm. I'll Go is my latest single I have out. I'll Go, right? I'll Go. That song 11 years old. at the time they heard I'll Go, they said, do you have more songs like this? This is where gospel music is going. This is 2014, 2015. They said, this is where gospel music is going, this CCM sound. Now, we love what you got. We just don't know how to market you. You don't sound like a gospel, or you don't look like a gospel artist. You don't talk like one, but you got word, and these songs are very powerful, but we don't know how to market you. But if you got more songs like this CCM song, like, you know, we're working Tasha Cobbs now, we can easily move you in that lane. I said, no, I'm not doing that. Now, during the process, Travis Green took off. Travis Green, Intentional, the anthem, and You all came out at the same time. They took off on me. And I was like, well, maybe I should have been a CCM artist. Maybe I should have did like more songs like that. Like, I was really second guessing myself, like, because they took off on me. Intentional hit, boom. Anthem hit, boom, and they just took off on me. You know what I mean? And then, like, you know, it was on the main stages and such. I'm like, I was just sitting back, like, looking. I was just questioning God, like, yo, what's up? Like, you know, I'm spoiled. You know, I like hearing no. Like, why you keep doing this? He said, it's a assignment before accolades, bro. And I got you in a lane where I need you to be at. You don't have to reach. I don't need you to reach 1,000 people. I need you to reach these people right here. And that's been my whole thing, is being authentically me. And I'm glad I made the decision. At the time, I didn't get it, but I'm glad I made a decision just to stay me and just do what I do. And I'm glad that Khirye and Red Hands and them, like, decided to stay them, because like it's like, for them to do that, for me, gave me breath of fresh air that made me get my wheels turning and stuff, right? And so, like, yeah, man, authenticity can save something.
I said, powerful message. And I appreciate you sharing the story of Esther before that, because it takes a lot of bravery to be who you both are, and it takes a lot of strength. And where we sit, we're just like, for such a time as this, you know, like, you give us the tools that we need to do what we do. So that's why I'm like, I thank God for all the no's he gave you. You know what I mean? But yeah, listen, let's get into this music. Shall we? Shall we?
Listen, come on, because I feel like there's something on the shelf y'all need to talk about.
I know.
But I do want to hear the creative process behind this No Worries track, Khirye. Take us into, you know, you guys making this banger, and did you guys know that it was going to be such a hit off the top?
Yeah. And why'd you call it No Worries? Who came up with that?
Man, so this song is actually a old song. We put it out on our very first album, Your Will, but I've always wanted to revisit it. And so when we decided to, like, you know,
this was my favorite song when the song first came out. Like, I swear to God, this was my favorite song. Like, I used to bang this song. I'm done. Go ahead.
So, like, when we decided to, like, all right, let's kind of recreate it, let's bring it back to life, it was like a no-brainer for me. I had already hit Dolly and was like, man, I want you to be a part of something. And then I just knew that his energy would take it to the next level. Like, again, like, there's nobody that do what Dolly does. If I can be 100% real, there's no personality out there that can bring any song to life, bro. So, first of all, thank you, Doug, for bringing this song to life, for real. But yeah, man, we just kind of went in and, like, just like with us, when we write and stuff, a lot of these songs are just testimonies, stuff that we've been through, stuff that we're battling with currently. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not afraid to, obviously, as a brother, in a brotherhood, like, we kind of just bounce things off of each other. Like, yo, bro, I'm going through this right now, blah, blah, blah. And that's how we write our songs. So that's why I get a lot of, like, hey, man, are you guys, like, gospel artists? Because, like, a lot of our stuff is, like, we're just telling stories, you know, stuff that we really go through, which also other people go through. So sometimes you just need to hear that somebody else got through it too. And that, you know, that drives people to be like, man, I went through that as well. And this is refreshing to hear, because I see somebody on the other side of what I'm going through.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how we write our songs, man. We just come together, we just play it out, and we literally play for hours until we, settle on what feels good to us. It's really, that's really the name of the game for us. Like what makes us happy. Like when we're playing is like, what can we walk away from the studio and be like, man, that felt good. And like we try to block out anybody else. We really try to X out what sounds good for radio, what sounds good, what would match this song, what would compete against this song. We really X that out. We really X out any I wouldn't say competition, because again, that's just something that we don't even try to think about what anybody else is doing. We try to really narrow down on like, what product will we be happy with some years from now? You know what I'm saying? And like, that's just our creative process with every song that we do. What are we going to be happy with later on down the line?
That's good.
Yeah, it's good. Listen, we got the Stellars coming up right around the corner. We got to talk about it. I know, both of y'all will be in attendance. A lot of things going down. Before we get to this celebrity basketball game, I know Jermaine want to, give his. Khirye, what are you most looking forward to, Khirye, with the Stellars? This is like the gospel Super Bowl. What are you most looking forward to?
Oh man, honestly, just networking with people, man. I'm a big people person. I love being around people. I love meeting new people. I love just chopping it up. So just meeting people, that's the name of the game for me. Go down and kick it one time,
Absolutely. You performing too as well. Ray Hands was performing too as well, right? During the weekend,
right? Not during the weekend. We're performing at a couple of events around it during the week. We're performing at Gerald Hatton's Love and Lyric. And then that's Wednesday. We're doing like a 30 to 45 minute set of all new music. So pull up, We're also doing Thursday with Anita Wilson, I believe. And that's for like, she's celebrating 10 years in the industry or something like that. So we're going to go celebrate with her. Okay. And we're just going to be everywhere, man. You never know where we're going to pop up.
Okay, that's real. Wow. Listen, Jermaine, we already know on the 14th where you're gonna be. You're gonna be in this arena. You say giving a few buckets out. You know what I'm saying? Talk about this celebrity basketball game and just the importance of it. First of all, I think it's much needed for the culture. But come on, what you gonna bring to this game, man? That people need to know about.
You bringing Dolly with the body.
You already know. You see that? I'm outside. I'm outside. You heard, like,
still outside. Come on.
Like, them gossip people can't guard me, man. Like, I'm telling you right now, like, it's Kalante Gavin. What Kalante Gavin gonna do with me? Like, you're a baby. Like, come here, little boy. Like, you're a baby. Paco Walls, he's a baby. Jabari Johnson, he's gonna need more than one touch to do something with me. Marvin Sapp, he's a coach. Bye, boy.
You will leave Marvin out of this.
No, I'm not leaving Marvin. He's the coach. He's the op. I'm at whoever next. Like, whoever stand in front of me, or who's the Ben Tanker? Like, what? You're not gonna do nothing with me, man. Like, it's gonna be bad for them. Who else on that team? I think Jordan. That's my guy. Jordan. All of my guys though, but they can't do nothing with me, man. And then we got Jay Drew. Jay Drew. He should have went D1, but he chose to play music. Like, Jay Drew really hooped. Like, he really was like supposed to like go to like Michigan, like D1. What? He was really supposed to. Like, he was like one of the top people in Detroit. He was one of the top guards